Hi, my name is John McGowan, and I am the creator of GMath. Now there's flavors of GMath for docs, sheets, and forms. Since GMath came out, one of the biggest things since GMath for Forms came out, which is kind of where I wanted to get to, is allow students or responders to respond to Google Forms using math. So now we finally have a way to do that. I've added functionality to GMath for Forms. So if you go to GMath for Forms, there's a new option, deploy GMath for responses to this form. So once you're in the form editor, all you do is you click that button, this sidebar action opens up, you click deploy, and what it does is it's just gonna create a URL that you're gonna send to the people you want to respond. You can copy that URL, you can click on the button and it opens in a new tab. And I'm gonna go back for a second. I will say after you click that, I would recommend that you set this trigger. And I'll talk about that in a second. But I'm going to just set the trigger on form submit. And it's going to, when the form is submitted, it's going to do some special magic. You can also delete the trigger after that if you want, but it tells me that the trigger is now set. I do not want to delete it now, but in case you did, it's there. So now let's go to the form. So you took this URL, you sent it out. It's really long and ugly. If you want, you can use like a URL shortener to copy that and send it over, however you want to do that. But the main thing is you have your form over here on the left and some GMath options on the right. Now, the first time you do it, you will have to authorize each of these different tabs to create expressions. If you want to click on this, you can create a graph and create a statistical display. So you can use all of the magic that GMath has in these little sidebars. And you can use those to craft a response to a form question. So let's go down here. For instance, let's look at this question. Solve the following equation for t. 3 over t minus 2 equals 2b minus x. A little bit tougher question than I wanted to solve right here, but let's just do the next step. Let's say we multiply by the quantity of t minus 2. So my LaTeX, I'm just going to type in 2b minus x, and then times t minus 2, and equals 3. And so that's kind of the next step I would do. So if I want to put that in there, it's not the final answer, I know, so please don't skewer me there. This is what I want to paste in there. So I can't really drag it. It's expecting text. So the best option I could come up with was click this button, create text to paste as response, and it's going to give you some text down here that you should paste. And so I'm going to highlight that, copy it, and paste that as my response. Essentially what it did is it created a spreadsheet formula that's going to post in my response sheet. I do have a required question here I forgot to take off, so I need to answer that. So now once I submit it, I would have answered all the other ones, but when I submit, we're going to go see what happens in my response destination. Now, if I didn't click on that trigger to on form submit, it would just keep and paste that as my response. But let's click it and go over and see if it works. So it tells me I did my response. So I was all happy. Now the person who sent the form out can go to their destination and they see that they have the test here. And then now they have this is the image of that math. So to me, that looks a lot nicer than the formula is there. But yes, I can actually see with the math that they wanted. So now students or anybody else who's responding can create a response to a Google form using math. I'm working out how I can actually grade this via like a Flubaroo style thing mathematically. That's coming out soon, hopefully in the next week or two, depending on how I'm doing. But I feel like it's not an ideal solution. It's just pasting an image. But for me, that's still better than just always having to do multiple choice responses. So you can now use GMath to create expressions. You can create a graph and submit that graph as a response to a question. Create a statistical display. And I have some more options for GMath that are becoming hopefully before the end of the school year. One of my main ones I want to do soon is an advanced statistics option. So if you're taking AP stats, you can start studying for that, or even if you're doing IB. So again, from the form, all you do is you do add-on GMath for forms, deploy GMath for response to this form. And it's just going to be a different URL that you're going to send your form responders to. So as opposed to just sharing it normally, it'd be awesome if you had Doctopus, shout out to Andrew Stillman, or even Google Classroom, that you could just send this URL to your students to respond. Hopefully you find that helpful. And if you find a bug or anything else, please let me know. You can hit me up at google.com plus John McGowan, or I'm all over the App Scripts for Education Builders community, and also on gmath.guru, where you can find some documentation for that. I'm really excited about it, and you can now use GMath to craft responses to Google form questions. So thanks. Bye.